Hi, I'm Steve Good with the Scroll Saw Workshop. Doing a quick video tonight to show you a feature in Windows that I think some of you may already be using, but I think many of you will find useful if you're not. And that is the ability of Windows Explorer to show thumbnails of different images, and in this case, PDF files. Many of you know that I store all of my patterns in a format called a PDF, which can be read by an Adobe program called Adobe Reader. The problem with the way I have always created my patterns is that I had a title page that looked like this over here, or the later pages have been a different color, but I never had the actual image of the pattern on the first page. That made it difficult for people to find what they wanted without having to open up the pattern and look inside of it. And a lot of times the way I name these patterns, and a lot of designers do the same thing, again, it might be difficult, to be able to figure out what's inside the pattern. So I'd looked at a couple different options for different ways to catalog patterns, and none of them were working out exactly to my liking. And a reader had mentioned once before that they used the thumbnail view inside of Windows to view the patterns. So last night I made a change to the way that I'm going to process my patterns, and that is that I've changed the title page. Now all future patterns will have the image on the first page. So when you're in this thumbnail view in Windows, which I'll show you how to set up here in a minute, you'll be able to look at the thumbnail and see a small graphic of the actual finished product of the pattern. Now, after I opened this up and started using it myself, I found an extra feature inside of Windows that you're seeing over here on the right side, and that's the preview pane that you can open up. Now, it's not open by default, so once you get into the directory, and again, this is just Windows Explorer, just click on My Computer and navigate to the directory where you store your patterns. Then to get this preview pane up, you're going to come up here to the upper left-hand corner, and the little drop-down box that says Organize. You're going to scroll down to Layout and make sure this right here, Preview pane, is checked. Once it's checked, that will open up the preview pane over here on the right side of your Explorer window. Now, the nice thing about the preview pane, and something I didn't know until tonight, was that it actually will preview every page in the pattern book. So as you can see over here, as I'm scrolling down through the preview pane, I'm getting every page. So what I did is I sized the Explorer window so that it would show the first and second page of my pattern book. And what this allows me to do is all the older pattern books that I haven't put the image on the front page yet, as you hover your mouse over it, you will see the image of the second page right here. So it's just a matter of sizing the window to get it correct. And what you can do now is you can just scroll down through these different pattern books and very quickly get a thumbnail view and a pane view of what that pattern book is all about. Now, the reason I was a little hesitant to do this is this particular feature in Windows is not a Windows feature. It's actually an Adobe feature, and they created an extension to Windows back in version 8.1 that allowed Windows to view these thumbnails in Explorer. And it doesn't work in every case, and I've spent the last 2 nights now trying to make sure that I can get it to work for you guys, and there's still some issues. So for some of you this may not work, and I'll try to be coming up with some tips and tricks on how to make sure these thumbnails show up for you if they're not already. Now, most people aren't going to have that problem. So if you like this solution of storing your patterns, it's free, it's easy. All you have to do is store your patterns in a directory, and of course, because you can do it that way, you can set up your different types of patterns in different directories and then just browse to the different directories. Now, each directory will have its own setup. So what you'll do is, to get this thumbnail view, is you'll come up here and click on the drop down arrow for view, and this will let you select the large detail list and everything. And what you want to do is either large or extra large icons or thumbnails, and that'll preview them like this. If you switch down to details, you'll get the default list, which looks like this over here. So you want to either have the large or extra large icons selected. Let's see what else. That's mostly what I think you need to know to get this started. Of course, it will also preview JPEG and BMP image files. So if you have patterns that are stored in a JPEG picture file, you can just throw them in the same directory, and as you hover over them, you'll see the preview pane over here of those patterns also. So I think this is actually a very, very good way to store your patterns and be able to find them quickly. And as I go back and actually add the image to the first page of these patterns, it's even going to be easier because you'll be able to see the actual finished project right over here in the preview tab. And then to see a larger view of it, you'll just hover over it to take a look. So that's what I want to show you tonight. And again, I'm still seeing a few bugs in this Adobe software where sometimes these previews don't show up or they don't get created automatically. And myself and a couple other people, readers, are working on the solution to that. And I think we're making some progress. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll continue to work on the bugs. I'm Steve Good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here at the Scrollsaw Workshop.